The fourth component of a safety management system is safety promotion. So the communication and the education and the training of personnel can take on many forms. Of course, there's induction training where they'll learn about it, there's continuation training where that is refreshed, but there's also the ongoing training, education and communication through various mediums. It could be through posters around the organisation, use of internal mail, use of internal intranet, or indeed safety stand-down days, or even the company barbecue where there's the opportunity for safety personnel to address employees or contributors to that safety culture. And it's that safe and just culture within an organisation that encourages people to contribute to the safety management system and a critical component of it.
Safety promotion is one of the most important things, and safety promotion and education. It sort of links back into assurance as well, because when you're going to implement any change in any organisation, first of all there's the communication, and then second of all is the reinforcement and the practice of those. It could be new procedures that you implement. So training is what underpins and delivers that change in your organisation. Promotion is, well, how do we get our staff involved? And the best thing to do is to involve them in the process of when you're building the SMS, so get their buy-in.
Well, with the safety promotion, I really enjoy that because it's face-to-face. We do it face-to-face with all our people. We include, at this stage, it's organisational wide. So we have someone that's an accountant sitting in with a pilot and an engineer, and everyone has a lot to contribute. I find that face-to-face and sharing ideas and also expanding on what a safety management system is about, it does have a great result. I've noticed that after we've run those courses, I've had an influx of safety reports, and I've thought, I only just ran that course last week, and there's been some proactive hazards reported. So it does go to show me that's also so important in keeping the safety management system alive and fresh in the organisation, and not something that just sits on the shelf and gathers dust.
Mindfulness is really important at a management level, and a lot of people take that to be that the manager is in your pockets, micromanaging you. We know that that's actually counterproductive to a workplace. So mindfulness for managers is more about allowing their employees to take ownership. This idea of inclusion in decision making, bringing in all of your workers in to hear them out, because you need to encourage them to take ownership of safety as well. So in the video, one of the workers said about posting notes.
Nah, told Joan, I've even put those little post-it stickers on those boards in the office. Even use the little pink ones. Nothing gets done.
There really needs to be ownership at every level of the organisation of what is the problem. We all need to work together to build a safety culture.
So taking information out of a range of sources is certainly the best option. If you're only looking at your own organisation, then you're identifying hazards in your organisation, but particularly for smaller ones, it won't be a huge pool of data to have a look at. So looking outside your organisation is certainly advantageous. Plenty of safety information coming out of ATSB, for example. They release statistics and short investigation bulletins, and the event will be similar to what could occur in any organisation, particularly small ones. They can be quite relevant. So taking information out of a range of sources is certainly the best option. If you're only looking at your own organisation, then you're identifying hazards in your organisation, particularly for smaller ones, it won't be a huge pool of data to have a look at. So looking outside your organisation is certainly advantageous.
There's a lot of advantages that small organisations have that the bigger ones unfortunately don't have, and that is their lines of communication are much shorter. You can sit down and have informal or formal meetings, often at very short notice, around the coffee table, around the briefing table, and often there's a lot of positive safety issues that come out of those meetings that wouldn't normally come out of a meeting in a large organisation, because getting everyone together is so much more difficult.
The personal relationships that a manager has with the people working for her or him are key. And what does that mean? That is a culture that allows the boss to hear bad news. And if the boss every day creates a climate in which bringing bad news to her or him is welcome, is okay, is acceptable, is not sanctioned, that would be a great investment. I don't think there is anything that you can put in a safety management system or put a card around the neck and say, I have a stop work authority. Look, I can stop the work. It's not the same thing as the creation of a relationship of trust and confidence that bad news is welcome and will be acted on.
With promotion, it's about good communication and having people on site and providing that opportunity for everybody to actually talk to management and talk to the key leaders in that safety world. So this extends right through to, from the guy in the tool store right through to executives participating in the program. So the positive result from our SMS system is we improve safety. That's the way we do business.